Hey, how you doing? This is Bill Lowe. We're going to kind of start off from the beginning when you have a project, and the idea is, a lot of people, part of being an editor is one, you need to know the equipment. You need to know the equipment, and whether it's starting off with film, with splicing film, you need to know it, and same thing. With working on these systems, you need to know it, but that doesn't make you an editor. I don't care what anybody says. I had an assistant who I soon got rid of because he says, "Well, I know how to cut. I can run the admin." That doesn't mean anything. It's about anybody can put something together, but to put it together the way the producers want is a whole different story. It takes one skill, knowing how to run the machine. Number two, you learn from other people. That's the main thing. Is that I'm a product of all the editors I worked for, and that's the whole thing. Each one had their skills that I enjoyed. There was one guy from Greece that he was good at taking notes, and he would write copious notes on every page of every take, saying what's good, what's not so good. And then he would use it as a jigsaw puzzle. He would take this take from this person and this take from this person. And when he first assembled it, it would look terrible. And then he would massage it. And then pretty soon you have all the right takes. And the producer will come in and say, "Well, do you have the right takes?" I go, "Well, I think so. Why don't we check?" And then after a while, the producer will realize that, yeah, you've done your homework. They'll look at your script and they'll see the grades, like I good, fair, no good, NG. They would look at my grades and they would know then that I've done my homework. And my whole idea was to get the producers out of my office as fast as possible. I remember I had one producer who, he was just very antagonistic because he thought I picked the wrong stuff. And we had 11 takes. And we went all the way through the takes. After he saw what I cut, went through all the takes, and I came back to the one I had. He goes, "Well, that's the one you should have picked." I go, "Oh, whoa, let's just see." "Oh, guess what? That is the one I picked." And you know what? That's the last time he came in my office and questioned me, because I proved to them that I went through every single take. And I've had directors who say to me, "I'm really glad that you didn't use the circle take here. I'm glad that you went and found this take." And that's the thing. The idea is to please the client, and also to experiment. I worked with Arthur Fournier, who was the executive producer of Law and Order, and he loved to experiment, especially since we were on the an editing system like this. You can make a lot of copies and try things out, and that's what he did, and that's what I learned from him, is how to massage a scene and make it, maybe start, as I said in the earlier session that we had, you maybe start off at a close-up, or maybe when you get back to the person, they're not talking, they're just standing there with a look, like a look of defiance. And that's what Arthur would do. In a violent scene, he not necessarily showed the violence because it was television, but he showed the after effects after they got shot. And so, in effect, that you still felt that you saw it. I'll give an example. The movie Rosemary's Baby. Everybody thinks they saw the baby. You didn't see the baby, but they created that illusion, and everybody in their minds pictured this demon. And I remember the producer of it. He used to do all the horror films like Tingle and stuff like that. And he talked about that when it aired, I don't know if it aired on HBO at all, people say, "Well, you cut the scene." No, I never had the scene. But you create the illusion. And so editing is one skill. Number two is learning as much as you can from other people's style, and then also having your own timing. And some people don't have it. I remember a guy named Pete who I worked with at Universal, and everybody was saying he was the best assistant in the world. When he got his chance to move up on Magnum PI, everybody just looked at his work and just said, "What happened?" Now, I don't know about his editor. I was just an assistant at that time, but he soon lost his position. I would think his editor would have helped him with his timing, but maybe he didn't have the ability to have timing. There's a thing called talent, just like some people can sing and some people can't sing, and some people know how to manipulate the film, and some people don't. So what I'd like to start off here is load in some stuff here. I shoot on the Sony camera here, which I love, and this is a 4K camera, and it really has a good lens. It's a Leica, I think it is. What's this? It's a big name lens. Zeus lens, and it gives a great picture. And I shoot always in 23.9, which is how they shoot films. I like the look of it, and so this uses the little cards here, and this one here holds 256 gigabytes, which is quite a bit. They have other ones that are more. You might not want to load in too much in the card because they could fail. And I put it into the machine here, and what's going to happen here, it's going to pop up over here. Let me get on this side here so you can see. As you can see, I have a lot of drives, and each drive represents a show, and then I have a backup drive. So right now, there it is, it's right here. And so I'm going to find the dailies, and we'll go through this really fast. There we go, clip. Now, there's several other things that I'm not that expert, so I'm not going to tell you, but I go for the clip. And these clips are MPEG-4s. And so what I've done here is I'm going to put it with the latest I did. These were actually narrations that I just recorded on the machine. And so Tanner I've already gotten, and this other gentleman I have not. Now usually what I have here is I usually label, like I label Tanner's. So this is Artine, A-R-T-I-N-E, I guess, and then 1. So I label it right here on the card, because I never recycle my cards, because they do fail. And so I number these. Now if you are shooting with a script, then you should number them accordingly to the script on the angles and all. And you can find out more about that, just read a book. So what I do is I know that the Butterfly Festival, this is for the Butterfly Festival, is under Thunderbolt. But the idea is have some kind of organization so that you can find this stuff easily. So now it's copying, takes a moment. But there, I already have it on the card. When I'm done with my cards, I put them in a box. And then someday, if I have a problem, then I can locate the card. It's also good to label the cards too, which I've already set up. And again, each system has a different, but it's important. Folders are important. You don't want to have a whole mess across your screen there. You want to be able to locate things. And so right over here, we're going to move on to the other side here. And let's see, there should be a thing called narrations. So that's like the event area it's going to go into. It already has Tanner in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import, as soon as I find it, import media. And I'm going to it's already on Thunderbolt 3, or Thunderbolt 1C. And I have all my drives numbered, and I also marked all the drives what they are. And it's important not to put everything on one drive, but okay, Ian Miller, he's the one that did the music, right? Here we go, Butterfly Festival Films. Okay, and then narrations, and here's Artine. So we're going to import the folder, and there's going to be more takes on that. And so there we go. So here's his voiceover. And we're just doing sound. I'm going to have to turn it down a little bit because it records pretty hot. So, but here's some of the sounds here.
Okay, let's do it.
And do this. And so this, forget about the camera work. I'm just using the sound off the camera and the microphone.
Okay. La 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 la. Are we ready? La 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 la.
Get his voice ready.
I got something to say here, folks. Come to the Mariposa Butterfly Festival, April 23rd and 24th. With butterflies, artisans, classic car show on Saturday.
Okay, so that he's doing the narrations. I marked this out. I decided whether that's a good take. I have a whole bunch of takes here. He has so that's what I do. So let's go here under, and this is going to look kind of disjointed because I haven't yet really. I have two guys who did the narration, so I'm going to be comparing their voices. But this is what Tanner did, and he did a really nice job. And let's see. So some of this you'll see pictures and some of it you won't. And again, this is not done. Remember, you saw the ad I did already. That's the finished product. But when you're doing work print, it looks like crap until you figure out how you're going to do it.
Come to the Mariposa Butterfly Festival, April 23rd through 24th. With Butterflies Artisans, a classic car show on Saturday, exotic bird shows, live music, and much more. For more information, go to MariposaButterflyFestival.net.
See, the title will be across there, and the title will be at the beginning there. Because remember, we're trying to show we have 15 seconds, so you got to let the people know where they're going to go to. And this one here, we got. This is not in sync here. Well, maybe it is here. Let's see. This is a short one. Maybe this goes over here. But again, these are concepts, and then when I get it done, it'll be.
Come to the second annual Mariposa Butterfly Festival Classic Car and Truck Show, Saturday, April 23rd, featuring the band Yard Dogs.
And there's some more dialogue here. Maybe this is it right here. But that's kind of gives you the idea. And so after I get Artine's narration in, I'll get the picture ready, and then Mike and I will look through it and figure out which narration is good. Both of them do a great job. This last guy who you just heard, Tanner, is great for a car. He can do a real deep voice for a car show, and I think that would be great. But you can see here's let me squash the whole thing. Oh no, we don't want that part. Let's get rid of this part. Okay, here we go. Here's all of his takes. So these are all of his takes, and then what we're going to do is take Artine's and match up the takes. So I have a choice. Well, you know what? Maybe in this ad it'd be better to use Tanner. This one would be an Artine type of voice. He has more of a softer male voice. So we're kind of doing things a little different. Normally I have women do the narration, and I'm just trying out to see how the guys can do on the Butterfly Festival.
So, a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
This is a TV ad.
Yes.
What does it cost for someone to do an ad like this on TV?
Well, it all depends, obviously, on whether it's going to be on prime time or not. If it's during a primetime show that gets a lot of viewers, it can be in the thousands to the millions of dollars for a 30-second commercial. 15-second, I've been paying an average of $75 a spot, but I'm not, the Mariposa.
That's what it costs to air it, but to have the video prepared to.
Oh yeah, they went. They usually an ad agency costs around $50,000.
For a 30-second spot?
Yeah, to do it and hire the people, and yeah, they usually that's their fees, and that's on the low end. I mean, I know of ads. The Great American, what was the Great American something? The Great American Soup. Do you remember that? Campbell's is the soup now, but the Great American Soup company, which was an old company, is gone. But they spent $1 million to do the ads. I don't know why, but they did. And maybe that's why they're not in business anymore.
The point I'm trying to make is that having this capability in Mariposa
Saves a lot of money.
Gives us first access to the world at a level that other small communities simply can't duplicate.
That's true. We are fortunate here in Mariposa. There's some talent here that needs to be tapped. We, with the Butterfly Festival, we're trying to demonstrate to the community that look what we can have. I mean, we have the video kiosks. It's starting to catch on. The History Center is going to do a little video. Tom is helping me out. Tom Phillips. And we're going to showcase a lot of his videos because he has some great historic things that he does. And then we also have a young lady named Michelle Aguilar who did this video on mining. And there's a lot of talent here, and I want to show the kids that there's a lot more to do. And even if you want to be a rancher, technology is very important in keeping your business afloat. Technology is what everybody's using, so get to know it.
Bill, this is been very good for me. I hope the folks out there enjoyed it as much as I do. But we have to sign off. But can we come back and talk to you some more?
Yes. I hope to see you all again, and we'll get into actually some drama editing or comedy. We have Murder Most Suspect, which is going to play at the Taste of Mariposa, and we can go over that, how it works, and how timing is very important in comedy. And you know what's funny to you may not be funny to me, so that's why comedy never wins. I think Annie Hall is the only comedy that won Best Picture, because it's all a matter of taste, but comedy is very hard to do. Dramas are easy to get an award, but comedy is very hard to do, and it's all about timing and pulling things up, and keep it going.
Till next time.
Till next time, great seeing you all. See you the next time we speak. Thank you.